It's a pleasure for us to have in the studio with us here at Calabash TV, Alene Mathurin of Mon Repos. We'll say exactly who you are in just a little bit. We're so happy to have you here in the studio with us.
Thank
You're
you.
an author of Nanny Circle, also a podcaster. You're also founder of an organization called Nanny Connect Events. And that's how we got to know you. We heard about this event that you're planning, a pretty big event in New York. And we wanted to find out who is this person doing it and why is she doing it and so on. And we'll find out in a bit. And also we know professionally that you work with the Huggies brand.
Yeah.
So quite a lot that you're involved with. First of all, welcome to Calabash TV.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure. I am happy that I'm on the island, so thank you.
And I'm sure you're enjoying the vacation as well. Is it a vacation for you?
It is a vacation. Part of it is work. Part of it is to connect with families that I've not seen in a long time. Sorry. So yes, I'm enjoying St. Lucia.
I mean, how do you enjoy a community like Mon Repos during Christmas time? I know there's so much going on in Mon Repos.
You know what? Mon Repos really connects me with the things that I like. I love the idea that I love to say that I'm a country girl. Mon Repos allows me to roast cashew nuts. Mon Repos.
And you've done that?
I've done that,
wow.
Yes. My hands are peeling now. Mon Repos allows me to get the coconuts right off the tree and to drink it. But most importantly, Mon Repos is the place where I connect with community. You know, I connect with my grandfather, my deceased grandfather. So for me, it's always a pleasure to come back home and to come back to Mon Repos.
So you grew up in Mon Repos?
I grew up in Mon Repos. I left at age 29. My heart is in Mon Repos. I, of course, absolutely love everything St. Lucia, and you know, but I really love to be in Mon Repos and to connect with the people out there.
I know Mon Repos can be very, very peaceful and serene at times. You've had time to enjoy the environment and to do what you love to do, writing?
Yes, and I think that's why I love that place so much, because writing for me started next to my grandfather's house, my grandfather's old house.
So you started writing even before you left here?
Even before I left here, it is said that at a very young age that I would wander off and I would write. Sometimes I would not have the pencil, so I would write with charcoal on stones and everything. I love to pen to paper my thoughts, and so I did it at a very young age. And
what were you writing about?
I was writing about things that I felt. Strange enough, as a young girl, I was writing, I think in many ways, the things that I longed for. I was writing about that longing that I had for my parents that I never had. I longed for a better life, even at a very young age. And so through my writing, I was able to go into that world that I created and enjoy that life, that I created there. So
The parents that you never had?
The parents that I never had. Well, my mom left when I was a very young girl, to answer her own immigrant's call. And I would understand very late in life the significance of that call. I really did not know at the time who my father was. I was raised by my grandparents, and I often tell the story that at 9 years old I saw my grandmother die very suddenly. And so that was my world, the world again of going back into that fairy tale world and finding the peace that I needed just to survive.
Not many 9-year-olds get to experience that.
Not
many 9-year-olds get to experience.
No, not many 9-year-olds get to experience that. But what I understand now is that everything in life happens for a reason. I've often I speak quite a bit about childhood depression, because after my grandmother suddenly died, I did not have a label for it, but now I knew that I went through tremendous childhood depression. I was fearful of the dark, fearful that somebody would perhaps die, and so I spent a lot of time worrying when a child should be playing and having fun. But most importantly, I spent time outside writing. So I was able to find that solace, that peace that I needed from my writing. So it was an escape where I would find my grandmother in my writing. So that's why I love and I'm so passionate about, the gift of writing.
I'm not getting too personal, but you said your grandmother died suddenly.
Yes. Suddenly, because my grandmother had diabetes, and she went into a diabetic coma. And 3 days after she had blessed us, thank God, she passed on. So, causes about diabetes and teaching people about healthy lifestyles. is also very important to me, because in many ways it is what my own grandmother did not have, and maybe because of socioeconomic reasons, maybe was not able to afford the medication and what have you. So it's something that I'm very passionate about.
So how did that change your life?
I make healthy choices now. Of course, I went through a period where I did not always make that healthy choice, but now I'm very conscious about exercising. I'm conscious about eating clean. Very conscious about that, and you know, I teach other women in my circle it's not about diet, it's not about being a size 0, but it's about being very active and very healthy. And it is to honor my deceased grandmother. Of
course, you do know we have a very unenviable distinction in St. Lucia about diabetes.
Yes.
Having the highest rates, one of the highest rates in the world, and it's pretty frightening.
It is.
I know the number of agencies and personalities who are involved in promoting the cause and helping St. Lucians like you to make smart decisions in terms of lifestyle and so on.
I went to the corner store, well, I went to the shop, we would say in Mon Repos, and I was taken aback by how much soda we consume. And how much water we do not consume. But one of the things that I've found is that I'm not sure if there's enough infrastructure in place for people to go out to run, because I run every day since I've been on the island, but it's also very dangerous to be on the highway running. So I do not see quite, you know, down south, lots of gyms and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So that's some of the things that we need to discuss as a people in terms of finding those opportunities and those avenues to exercise and to enjoy the outdoors a little more. All right, so you left here at 29.
I did.
And to pursue the American dream. What in your mind was the American dream?
I tell, you know, my American friends that I thought their streets were paved with gold, you know, that milk and honey sort of story. I thought that I would go into Manhattan and pick up a few dollar bills. Wow. Very naive. But I think prior to me leaving, or just after I left, I heard Oprah say at that time that America was the best place to be a woman. Oh my gosh, America is the best place in the world to be a woman. I'm a testament of that. But I went after my dream. I had a longing to be educated. I wanted to go to university. It was always my desire here. Because of economic reasons, you know, my family could not afford it. But I knew that if I arrived the shores of America, I would go to any university that I wanted to, and I'm able to do that now, and for that I'm very, very grateful. Yeah.
So you landed in New York City?
I landed in New York, yes.
And then you realized it wasn't paved in gold. What exactly was the next course of action for you? I
realized very soon after it wasn't paved in gold that you would work really hard. The good thing about it is that I came from St. Lucia with incredible work ethics. I came from a family.
Where did you get it from?
From my family.
Okay.
I saw my grandfather go to the seaside every day and fish. I saw my uncles get up, you know, and go out to the fields and work. I saw my aunt who raised me. She was in Castries every day working with the Office of the Budget, and how detailed she was. So I left with that. And I arrived New York, and New York had a lot of lessons to teach me, because when I arrived there, I was the ex-airline employee, like I said to you, with red lipstick and high heels.
So you worked with American Airlines in St. Lucia before you left?
I did. Yes. And so I was ready to work, just dress up every day like this in New York. But New York had something to teach me. Very soon after, when I got to New York, I realized that I couldn't work with the airlines because I was expecting my son at the time. And soon after that, I became a nanny in New York City, quite the opposite from airline employee to working with children and being on the floor, pretty much working with children and making them happy.